Why should you buy a Creos airbrush? Stick around and find out. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And so today's video is why should you buy a Creos airbrush? One, because I own them and I'm going to recommend them to you because they're brilliant. They really are. And I own three. I own the PS290, the PS771 and the PS270. And they all serve a purpose in my airbrush career. They all work wonders for me, they really do. I've got a really nice detail brush with the 771. I've got another good detail brush with the 270 and a bit more of an all-rounder. And then for smashing down a bit of paint, a bit of clear coat, etch primers, you've probably seen in my videos, the 290, the PS290 is just an absolute godsend if you want to get a bit of paint down. And you get two caps with that, so you get the spot cap and the fan cap. So it's a great all-round gun, that is. The only other one that I could say would match the 290 that I own would be the iWater bottom feed on a 0.5mm. That gets the same sort of coverage down, but the PS290 pips it because it's trigger. You've got a fan cap with it as well, so you can get a wider fan pattern with that. So we'll look at some of these brushes, and if you've not seen the Creos range, they do some other models. So they do ones without the MAC valves on. You can get the lower price end ones, and then they come up in the price range. The top line detail brush which they do is the 771. This one is a 0.18mm. So this would be the same as your micron, and in my eyes it's a micron, but just a cheaper version. So that would be like their flagship, the detail. The next one down, which I've got, is the 270. Now, I would say the 270 for detail is really nice. It gets super fine down. I'll do little demos with these brushes in a minute and you'll get to see what they can do. The trigger's really nice on these, and what I like about these actual brushes is the bodies, the long bodies. So they're nicely weighted, the chrome finish is nice, and they just fit in your hand really well. And you can work hours with these brushes and you get no fatigue in your hands. That's another thing I like about them. You've got the 290, which is that one. That's the one with the trigger. And that's got the fan cap on the front, and you get the spot cap, and all you do is undo the sleeve there, pop the cap off, and then you can put the spot cap on. But this thing has been an absolute dream to use. You've probably seen this. If you do follow the channel, you've seen my videos, and I'm always picking this up, chucking etch primer down with it. I've done clear coating with it, base coating with it, and it's been brilliant. Slung thinners down its neck and just a quick blast through. I've abused this brush, I really have. I've chucked every paint through it, and it's been absolutely fine. It's never missed a beat, never gone wrong. It's had paint all over it, dried up on it, and you just wipe it with thinners and it's good to go. So that's why I recommend the 290, because it's just a robust workhorse when you want to get some paint down. So it's really good. The other two, you've got to be a little bit more, not so much careful with, but you just treat them with a, you don't abuse them as much, because you've got like the 771 is more of your detail brush, so you're going to look after that a little bit more. You take your time with it a little bit more precision when you're cleaning it. Same as the 270, but the 290 is quick clean up, wipe round with thinners, and you're good to go. But these ones, you just take a little bit more time, because you know you're going to be using these for a little more detailed work. So the 771, really nice looking brush. This is coming up 2 years, 2.5 years old now, this one, and it's been brilliant. Really has been really nice brush to use. Great trigger on these, responsive, really nice. MAC valve to the front, so you can dial your air in when you're going in on detail and you've got thin paints. You can just dial your air in, and these work really well. You don't get any leaks from these I've not had any leaking on the seals on the front ends of any of these brushes. They've been absolutely brilliant. You've got your adjuster to the back, so if you're one of them people that like to dial your trigger in, you can set that, and that sets the distance your trigger's going to come back. So that's on it. Easy to clean again. Nice sort of light brush. Top cup, if you like your top cup, it's a nice long brush in your hand, so it's comfortable. And the same goes with this, the PS270. It's a nice long brush, but you've got your angled body bit here, which I like. I prefer the body of the 270 than the 771. I just prefer it with this angled piece back here, and the trigger slopes down to the front. I just like the feel of that. But we all like different brushes. We all get on with different brushes. So I'll hook these up. You'll see a bit of paint go through them, and you'll just see how good they actually are, guys. If you're thinking of buying a brush, highly recommended. The Creos range really is. So we'll chuck the 771. Just give this a little blast through of water. Drop a little bit of paint in it. And instantly, the trigger on these, if you're used to a cheap brush, like a £20 airbrush, and you've been practicing with like a £20 airbrush, when you pick one of these things up, you will know what I mean by trigger response. It is incredible. It's like there, you know when that paint's coming out. Atomizes really nice with the paint. Just a really comfortable brush to use, and it's great for detail. It really is. It can get super fine down with this, and you can work with it for a long periods of time without feeling like I say, with like fatigue in your hand. It's just nice and comfortable. The trigger's nice and smooth. When you press down on the air, it don't feel clunky at all. It's just a great brush. 771, cracking brush. If you're looking for a detailed brush, highly recommended. 771 by Creos. If you're coming down and you want to get something a little bit cheaper but will still get you some stunning detail down, is the 270. Now I've got the 270. I've just used this for an online class with one of the subscribers. We've just done a live online class, and he's using the same brush, so we're using the same brush in the class. And this thing again is an incredible brush for getting down super fine, atomizes really nice. Trigger response again is on point. You just nip that trigger back and you know when that paint's coming out. So long periods of airbrushing using this, if you're using it for hours on end, it's a dream to work with. You've got your Mac valve to the front, so as you can dial the air in to what you want. So at the price, I don't think there's many brushes on the market that will beat this for price and the features. It's a 0.2 setup, cracking, really is. Good with opaques, good with transparents. Brilliant brush, guys, really is. I've recommended this to a few subscribers, and I know a lot of people that have brought this and said, great brush, they absolutely love it, they're getting on really well with it, no dramas. And the other good thing about Creos range, the parts come up and they won't break the bank. They won't sting you on the parts like a new needle if you don't dink the needle, or you need a new crown cap or bits to do the seals and things like that. None of the seals on any of these brushes have been changed in 3 years, so it just goes to show that they are good brushes. So that's the 270. Recommended again if you're more on a budget and you're around the 120 mark. Go for one of them, guys, they're great. And if you want to get a bit of coverage down, the beast, which is the 290, is just great for a bit of coverage. It really is. As you can see, you can get the paint down. And I'm running a little bit low on air. This could go a little bit more on air really. But if you want to get a bit of coverage down, drop some primers down and things like that, you can run these up. I've ran these up to about 40 psi in these with the fan cap, and it just smashes the paint down. So great if you're doing like RC bodies, you're doing miniatures and you want to just blast some primer down and things like any small stuff. These are brilliant. They look identical to the Iwata version. The Iwata's got a MAC valve to the front, but you put them two brushes together and they look absolutely identical. This is a 0.5mm setup, so your thicker paints works a treat. You can put the spot cap on this thing and you can feather that trigger and you can use it like an airbrush, so you can use it dialed in with the spot cap, drop your pressures down, and you can work it like an airbrush. You can work this like an airbrush, like with the fan cap. You can still get your really nice atomization with this as well. So a brilliant brush. That's the 290 by Creos. So that's why I recommend them, guys. I own 3. I'm always picking these brushes up. These are like my go-to. If I jump on the Iwatas, I really like the Takumi Eclipse as a nice all-rounder and a comfortable brush to use. I have got other ones. There is other videos on the channel, guys, of the brushes that I own, and as I say, I've got in-depth reviews on the 771, the PS270 and the 290, just specific reviews on them actual brushes. But I just wanted to give you a little insight on all of them that I own. They're still going strong. They're my day-to-day airbrushes, and I'm painting every day of the week. So these things are getting used every single day and they are working absolutely perfect. So that's why I recommend the Creos range, guys. And if you're looking for a brush, give them a go, guys. You won't look back. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, drop us a thumbs up, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.